Greetings everyone and a warm welcome. Hey, thank you guys for joining me for June's tarot readings for all the signs. This is just a general introduction to talk a little bit about how we are working for the month. So we're going to be using these 3 cards in front of you, 3 cards from each deck, and then one Keeper of the Light card at the end of the reading as well. Now, I have spent a bit of time with each independent sign working out some intuitive messages for you all, and you will each be delivered that at the beginning of your reading as well. I have chosen to use 2 fairy decks this time in the month's reading. I don't know why. There feels as though there needs to be a degree of warmth and positivity inspired into the readings. It feels as though there might be some sort of activation from Mother Earth or Gaia in the month of June. There does feel to be a little bit of tumultuous energies around from the messages that I have already pre-received and recorded for each of your individual signs. So I don't know what June is got in its mind, but it feels quite a feisty month with quite a lot of energy around it, some of which you might all have to be a bit cautious with and be eyes open type thing. I am wondering if some of the earth energy is related to the Hawaiian volcano, Pele, the goddess Pele, and some of her wildfire energy stirring up the planet. We do notice there are a lot of active volcanoes on the planet at the moment, some erupting spontaneously that have been dormant or sleeping for many years. This in turn also creates active earthquake activity. Hi Librans, and welcome to your June reading with me. Guys, thanks for joining. A warm welcome to you all. Namaste. Hey, before we start the shuffling, I've got some intuitive messages that arrived for you. So it feels as though for the month of June you might find a little bit of competition around some projects or enterprises that you've been working with or on. So it could even be that men, sort of slightly older, maybe even dark-haired men, could be a little bit of a stumbling block at times. It might pay dividends to work through any issues around relationships with people like that, whether it be personal or career or even romantic relationships, because I think eventually the sun does come out to shine for you, even if you've got some of these issues with people like that. So let's start your cards for the month and see what's in store for Libra for June. These cards are a little bit difficult to shuffle because they're quite large, so I do apologize for the background noise. It's a little bit hard to be less noisy. But let's see, Libra, what's in store for you. June 2018. 3 of these. That's the 2 of Swords, then you have the 4 of Wands, and then you have the 5 of Pentacles. 2, 4, 5. Going up. We're going up as the reading goes on. Now we will see what the Energy Oracle cards have to say. This is for Libra for June. Envy, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and the door to value. I'll just move those a little bit. And your last 3 cards, another fairy or pixie deck, elemental energy coming in. And we will see what we have here. Easy does it. Express your individuality, and a new home. So Librans, let's see what the messages have in store. I'm generally reading down through the columns, starting over here, although it doesn't have to be set specific. Messages can be conveyed or carried through any dynamic or angle of the reading as well and matched up to other cards. So feel free to, analyze the messages yourself and put them together as required. So the 2 of Winter, which is the 2 of Swords, and the words on the card are indecision to holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. And underneath we have this envy, and then we have easy does it. So as we start the month of June coming in, it feels as though there is this little bit of, uncertainty perhaps in a decision that you have to make over something. Now this could be any type of area in your life. With the swords, it often does imply that it's your air sign energy, and it's very intellectual. So it often implies that you're trying to perhaps put an intellectual spin onto a decision, but that your heart is also pulling you in another way. So sometimes it is more logical to make decisions when we use our mind, and writing down a list of reasons why you should choose this and reasons why you don't choose it can be very beneficial in helping to make the decision. And oftentimes once a decision has been made pertaining to a certain project or area or outcome or direction, we feel less anxious, because it's the indecision in our life that holds us back and creates anxiety. So there's possibly envy around you, either from yourself or from other people as well at this point in time. So envy stops us again from seeing what we have in our life. So if this is a decision that you're trying to make that's possibly weighing up, is it better for me to move to another state or country or take a different job because I'm unhappy? Sometimes they could be telling you, look at what you do have, and also take that into consideration before you make a decision. There's that old saying, the grass is not always greener on the other side, and this could very well be part of a process here for you to analyse. We often think that something else is better than what we've got, but when we get to where we're going, and when we get to that final distant lure that we've been looking at, we go, oh, right, is this it? I think I would have been better staying where I was. So there's definitely a message here for you guys to really use your brain, your intellect in making your decisions, as opposed to letting your heart rule it all. But do go ahead and make a decision. Don't sit there pondering it and weighing up everything. Take a step forward and then see how you feel, and trust your gut instinct a little bit as well, because this is partly what this card here is. The 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. This is messages coming to you from the spirit world, from your higher self. And if you listen to those with real connection and in the quiet moments, and sometimes writing the messages down that you feel that you're getting, these can be the true answer to help get through a situation, or to help get to an end point, or find an answer that's actually correct for you and not others. And that card does say this here. It says, make a decision based on what's good for you, not everyone else. The one down here, easy does it, says, stop trying so hard to control everything and all the doors will open for you. So I'm not sure what it is you're wanting to control at the moment, but over here you've got the door to value opening. So in the very beginning, when I said the reading is actually quite adjustable and flexible, this card down here almost seems to be talking directly to this one over here, the door to value. So if there's something that you are wanting to have happen, or you're trying to direct it in a certain way, it's saying step back again a little bit. There are other ways to skin a cat. There's more than one ways to skin a cat. So there's something about the way you're addressing a situation or a problem or a goal that you're wanting to achieve, that it feels as though you're not quite seeing all the different perspectives or angles or possibilities for it. And I think that message is overall happening for the whole for the whole reading, for the whole of something going on in the background for your month of June. Let's come to the next row, the top card there, the 4 of Spring. And I'll just try and adjust the camera a little bit. It's a little bit hard to focus all of the cards at once because of the depth of field. But the 4 of Spring, which is the 4 of Wands, it is truly a beautiful card, and even to look at there with that gorgeous fairy in almost what would appear to be a wedding dress. It says, be grateful. You have much to celebrate. deep feelings of peace and happiness and a contented personal life. Now again, that almost seems to be directly speaking down here to this card of envy, and indeed she's looking directly up to that card. So again, there's the duplicity of messages here for you. There's something really beautiful in your life. There's some special organic part to it that maybe you're overlooking or you're not fully connected with, but there is love around you. Now that card, the Four of Wands, is often associated with happy events such as the gathering of friends to attend, say, an engagement party, possibly a wedding. Some of you may have the invitation to become married. Someone might propose to you. Some of you might propose to someone. You might attend a wedding or an engagement or a happy family event where families come together and friends as well. This can also be an indication of moving from a phase in a family situation or a home that you've been living in where it has been a little bit stifled or stuck in vibrational energy, and you are moving to a better energy system. So it doesn't necessarily mean for all of you that you're moving house, but it can mean that the energies in your home are raising the vibrations. They're becoming more positive, more happy, more light-filled. However, we see this card down the bottom, the new home, which is connected to this one up here, the Four of Spring. Some of you literally are potentially shifting. There could be a new home coming. You might be purchasing one. You might be investing in one. You might be moving in with a new family. You might have a new family come to live with you. You might be moving because of a change of jobs and you're moving to a different town or country or state or something along those lines, all for what would appear to be positive reasons. So really nice bunch of mixtures going on in your reading and darting from one row to the next and one card to the next. We'll come back here to the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Uriel is very good for dealing with negotiations and mediations, especially in the career field or where meetings are taking place and there are contracts or written obligations that need to be done. Uriel can be very, very good for, approaching a boss when you're wanting something like a pay rise or a reward in some way. So she's a good vibrational energy to take to formal meetings. She also comes to you, as we said, through the crown chakra, so she's very much about insight and connection to your higher self and the understanding of galactic messages and pathways that we can connect to align with our true reason why we're here and our true pathway forward. So a wonderful moment in the middle of your reading. This one is connected to every single card around it, and it almost gives that feeling of potential positive outcomes for anything if you open your crown chakra, if you listen to the messages coming in, if you connect with the celestial higher vibrational energies. There's so much more that we can achieve and so much we can expand on and understand. And down here we have express your individuality. It says allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. Now this one down here is sort of talking to me a little bit about this one up here. They're connecting, and so sort of saying again, don't do things or don't make decisions based on pleasing others. You must come first in your quest for what it is you're searching for in life. If you don't please yourself and you don't balance with your own inner harmony or your integrity values, you start to decay. Things start to go AWOL. You find yourself feeling rigid and discombobulated and lacking in flow and creativity. So it's really, really important to honour and acknowledge this card down here and allow that to be your passageway forward for free flow connection to answers and passion and creativity. We come to this card up here, and this is the Five of Pentacles. Actually, it's a rather nice looking card in this deck, which is probably a good thing. The words on the card are reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for a career change, and feeling challenged by money issues. We know that does generally mean that with the Five of Pentacles. It can also insinuate problems in a relationship with a male and female. And sometimes it's when a female decides to leave the male in the relationship, and it can be a bit sudden and disconcerting. So this may be a situation that could be going on in the background for some of you, and there may be, you know, something that needs resolution or talking with or expanding on. For some of you, it can also be a health situation. You might feel ill a little bit in the month of June, and you might need to take it easy and rest a little bit. So those two could be connecting with each other, these two here. If it is about your finances, then clearly there might be a patch in June or even leading into early July where you feel a bit of a glitch around money. It could be that you've been waiting for an answer on something such as a loan to come through, or a tax refund, or, you know, someone to pay back money that they borrowed even, and they're going, nope, not ready yet, I'm not doing it yet. So balance your money and balance your debts and your incomings and outgoings in the month of June, I think, and just make sure that you're tallying up costs or expenditures on projects and things. But, you know, right underneath you have the Door to Value, which is a positive card, and it's opening some sort of portal for financial gain or financial access to money. It's like having the door to access some sort of monetary gain. This card is quite often suggestive of an opportunity in career change or increment or raise in your financial status. So it's really odd that these two are coming directly beneath one another. And as I said, sometimes the cards are displaced and they're putting messages with another card somewhere in the reading. This one may be more about health and personal relationships than it is about money in particular. For some of you, it could be money, and for others of you it'll be relationships. So again, because this is a general reading, it's a little bit hard to, you know, pinpoint exactly where the energies of the card are rolling for each individual person watching the video. But certainly the Door to Value is one to focus on and feel positive about and look into and try and ignite the passion and the energy of that card in the reading. We come down here to the new home and we see that moving is a step in the right direction for you. So again, it's kind of relaying the very same message that I talked about up here about positive energies coming around a home environment or some sort of uplifting change in the way you live or how you live or who you live with. And this could again even be associated with your financial perspective on how you live. So with some of you may have downpaid a mortgage, or you may have had a mortgage release, or you may have sold a property and had freeing up of money. And that could be what the Door to Value is possibly tied to and linked to as well. There are many different perspectives and opportunities that you could ponder upon when you look at that card. So Libra, I think you've had a fabulous reading. Let's put these away and see what your last card is going to be. The Oracle Energy card. So this is for Libra. No, sorry, these are the Keepers of the Light card. This is for Libra for June. Oh wow, very nice. Lord Ganesh, Infinite Abundance. I'm trying to just focus that as best I can for you. Sometimes the words are in focus and sometimes more the picture. Infinite Abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. And we saw that in the reading. We saw the beautiful connection to spirit. And we saw the financial door to gain opening. So I do feel there is this background energy for you guys that something subtle is going on underneath that's leading its way to change, really positive and raising vibrational change for you in the month of June. And I feel that that will probably take you forward, not just for June, but it's energy that's emerging and transitioning itself through some of the months coming as well. So there we are, Librans. Thank you for joining me and for subbing and liking the video and leaving your comments. I love reading your comments, and when I can, I do reply. So I wish you a very happy month ahead with lots of interesting decisions to make and pathways forward. Much love, everyone. Namaste.